Good morning, my friends. Happy Monday. Hope you had a really nice weekend. Yesterday was really nice weather. Hope that you had a chance to get outside and do something fun. It was so nice to hear from everybody on Friday, and it sounded like the common theme is that everybody is doing lots of stuff outside. So we're really grateful at my house that the weather is getting nicer now so that we can spend more time outside. So just want to give you a little information about today's jobs. The first thing on your form today is to practice your speech. So you can practice it yourself in front of the mirror, or you can practice it with somebody at home. The more times that you read it, the more fluent it will become, and the better it will sound when we video ourselves doing it, which will be tomorrow. It says, I practiced my speech and worked on my costume. Even if you can just find a hat or some kind of a shirt that you think matches what your person might wear, that's enough. Okay? And remember, I think I spoke to most of you about this yesterday. When you're doing your speech, you don't want to just stare down at your writing the whole time. So you want to read a little bit, look up at the audience, make some eye contact, read some more. It may be helpful to, if you can find some note cards, to write it on little note cards so that you have something smaller in front of you. But if you don't have those, that's okay too. So, yep, that's your first job on your form. Second is, it says, I watched this video before I read and completed my RAS assignment for the day. So I put up one book for you. The video that I made that's attached to the form talks about completing your open response question. So I noticed last week when I was checking your RAS kids' work, and I'm looking at my form, out of everybody in the class, only 5 people, only 5 people answered that constructed response, that writing question, after the 10 multiple choice questions for the book. So I am using what you do in RAS to give you a grade, both on your effort and the quality of your work and how you're doing on those quizzes. So I made the video specifically to address the fact that only 5 people did the open response. That's part of the assignment. So if you're just clicking past that and not writing anything, then you're not doing the full job as it's intended. So I didn't put up a couple for the week yet. I just put up one that I want you to do today after you've watched my video. So in the video, I show how it was one of your books from last week. It was your Wonders of Nature book from last week that I went in and modeled how to correctly do that open response. It shouldn't be just one sentence. It shouldn't just be, I think beavers are cool. It should be answered with evidence from the book, just like we practice when we're in the classroom, right? So when we were back in the classroom, every time you had a guided reading group with me, we would end our group with some sort of written response, right? And it was always something that we had to go back into the text to look for the evidence for. And I know that's a little bit tricky because it's on the computer and you're not actually touching your book, but I show in my video how I would go back to the text to find the answer and to find the evidence to use. So that's my expectation when you're doing your RAS books. I'm expecting at least 2 to 3 sentences in response to those open response questions, and there should be something in those responses to indicate that you went back to the text to find the answer. Okay? So please watch my video before you do your RAS job for the day. And it does need to get finished today, that RAS job, so that I can see that not only does everybody know how to find the constructed response, but that you sort of have an idea what I'm expecting for that. The next job on your form says I used 3 complete sentences to answer the prompt if I could pick up my house and take it anywhere. So you have a writing prompt. There's a slide in there with a picture of a house attached to a bunch of balloons. If you've ever seen the movie Up, that's what it made me think of. And it says, if I could pick up my house and take it anywhere, and your job is to complete that writing prompt using a minimum of 3 complete sentences. I put a sample. I did one myself and posted it in there in day 22 so that you could see it. After that, it says the next job on the form, I watched the videos on the spelling assignment and completed the activity, yes or no. So the spelling assignment is posted as a separate job in Classroom. It is titled Day 22 Spelling. And it is a document that has some videos that Mrs. Greeley embedded in it. The lesson is on homophones today. And it's kind of fun. You get to use some photos some little pictures to represent what the homophone means. And then the next job on your list says I completed lesson 5 in Zern. There are still a couple of people that are a lesson back. If you could get caught up with us, that would be awesome. And then the last one says I attended my math mini meet with Mrs. Haslam and tried my best. So I did not put reflex on today because you have some sort of intensive literacy jobs to do today. And I had spoken with a couple of people about the fact that for reflex, the goal is that we complete that 3 times a week. So I know somebody emailed me last week to say I didn't do it today, but I'm going to do it this weekend. And I checked and their circle was green yesterday on Saturday. So if you have worked all day and you're tired and need to take a break, the goal is just that you complete reflex 3 times a week. So if you need to skip a job one day, you can skip reflex one day and do it, make up for it another day. When I look at it, it shows me a whole week of time, and I'm just looking for 3 green circles at some point during that week. You can use your judgment about when it's best for you to do that. That being said, there are a few people that have not been logging into reflex, since the beginning of April or even before that. So I am checking in on all of your work, so you really need to make sure that you're being responsible to get done what's being asked, okay? I know you're trying your best. So let's see. The other thing that's posted in today, it says Science Days 22 through 26. So it's a science post that you have all week long to work on, and it was a little bit complicated. So if you look at the very top of your stream, not tucked into a topic, you're going to see video explaining days 22 through 26 science assignment. So I gave you a little bit of help on how you could break that up, because if you try to do it all at once, it probably would take you 45 minutes. So you can break it apart into you can break it apart into 2 different sittings of work. So yeah, gonna have a great day. I look forward to seeing you guys all at your math meeting. Okay, bye.